that we have assembled here for the distribution of the oxygen concentrators over here, I would request the trustees of the Amit Agarwala Foundation to come forward and kindly distribute this. Thank you.
A very good afternoon to all who are present here today. I would like to introduce myself first. My name is Deepak Dua and I represent Amit Agarwala Foundation. It's basically a charitable trust which was established in the year 2007, and ever since it has been engaged in several activities, especially for the deprived and the challenged people. Maybe we have concentrated more in the plains. We are making our first attempt with our heart and soul to come near to the people and residents of Darjeeling. Is the pandemic which has created a way, a path by which we can contribute towards the health and welfare of the people of Darjeeling. I'm not a good speaker, so you'll have to forgive me if I miss out a few names, if I incorrectly spell out the names. First of all, what I can see that we should welcome the frontline warriors. I see them in front of me. And Dr. Das, I believe he's looking after the DDMA, which was earlier known as, now as the Planters Hospital. I know you people are doing a wonderful job, not only in Darjeeling, but all over the country. And we all are grateful to you. We are all here today because of you. Amit Agarwala Foundation, the President Trustee, Dr. Ajit Agarwal, has always held Darjeeling very close to his heart. He is not very well known because he is a very quiet worker. He doesn't come in the front. That is why you see me today. And you'll see the other members. He sent his good wishes and he sent a message. He stands by the people of Darjeeling. Amit Agarwala Foundation stands for the residents of Darjeeling. This may be the first occasion that we are coming in contact with you, but this is certainly not the last. It is a beginning, and this beginning is on a new faith and trust that we are going to create today, so that we come with bigger projects for the welfare and for the needs, specific needs for the residents of Darjeeling. I hope we will succeed with your cooperation. Mr. Sonam Gyalsen, who has been a patron of this who's been a patron of this trust and a very old friend of Dr. Ajit Agarwal, is also present here, and we have always looked forward for his good wishes because he has been a great help, a great guide. So we thank him for the efforts that he has taken. We also would like to thank, I have only a few names that I know, Shri Amal Singh Rai ji, who is the chairman of Uttar Banga Unayan Parishad, Shri Sanjay from the press, and not knowing the names of other presses and all, please forgive me. I thank the press and media to have come here, braving this weather. We would like to also thank the other people, the other members, the distinguished residents who have made an effort to be here. And if Mr. Gyalsen can come forward, we can offer the first concentrator on behalf of Himali.
Your Honor. Thank you, sir.
And Mr. Arun Thad.
He is the manager, no?
Mr. Arun Thad is the manager of the trust,
Yes.
who is very successfully running a COVID-safe home at Siliguri. We have recently started this. It's a 30-bedded safe home with doctors, all frontline workers, nurses, oxygen cylinders, where free food and free treatment along with all medicines are being provided. As of today, all the 30 beds are full. It's just opposite the North Bengal Medical College and Hospital. And very soon, we will be increasing it by another 30 beds. I just wish that we are not compelled to increase the beds and we are able to control the pandemic rather than increase the beds. But if the need arises, another 30 beds are getting ready and very soon that will be made functional. We would request Mr. Gyal Singh to come forward and hand over the first concentrator to a foundation which is also engaged in the charitable work. It's called VikRun Foundation. I'm grateful to you, sir.
Thank you so much.
We hope that this...
Yeah.
Thank you very much. To hand over to VikRun Foundation.
Oh, okay. We'll just everyone. Okay, yeah. Okay. Where Dr. Pravan and Mason?
Yeah, there.
Sir, you will hand this whole letter also to him, that this is
Thank you so much. We'll do it.
our wishes, that they do the best and they look after the residents of Darjeeling. We stand behind him, we'll take his guidance and we will do more work.
Thank you so much. Doctor and Mason, please come.
Thank you, sir.
I just want to build Pravan and
Request Dr. Das to come forward because he would be the right person to hand over the concentrator. Dr. Das, please come forward. To the Rotary Club, please.
oh.
Now,
Could you now announce the Planters Hospital, please?
yes, we will definitely now request Major Rana to come forward, without whom this event would not have been possible, to come forward.
No, this I want. Come, Mrs. Yes, come. Matron.
Thank you very much, all of you, for all this love and affection that you are giving us. Now we would request, Shri Amar Singh Rai ji to come forward and present the concept. Yeah, we will first finish with this. Shri Amar Singh Rai ji will give it to the People Welfare Foundation, Hill People Welfare Foundation. Somebody to come forward and accept it on their behalf. Let her be, sir. Please take the photographs. And the charitable work that he would like Amit Agarwala Foundation to take in the hills. And then we would request the other dignitaries also to come and share their views so that we get a path, we get a way to come close to you and to work with you and to work for you. Thank you.
Because this bonding between the hills and the plains has been established thanks to the Ajit Agarwal Foundation which is doing, because we read a lot about it, even though we've not met personally, we've not met Mr. Agrawal, but we read about him, we hear about him, the wonderful work he's doing in this present pandemic situation. It's a bond that has been established, a relationship that I know and I'm confident will continue for a very long time because of the ideals that the people here who have gathered and Mr. Agrawal shares with reference to the welfare of the people in the hills and in the plains.
First of all, good morning everyone, and thank you very much for coming up to the hills and providing us this life-saving kits. We understand it so much that lack of oxygen is creating a huge crisis all over India. The lack of oxygen plants, the lack of supplies, the difficulty of renewing the cylinders from Darjeeling, sending every day to Siliguri and bringing them back. In the meantime, patients are on continuous oxygen. So this is a wonderful gift that you have given to us and to some other organizations, the Amit Agarwala Foundation. And I was like overwhelmed by your work. As you said, you have started that 30-bedded thing in Siliguri. So these are amazing things, you know, in this time of crisis, people like you come and give us this thing. We get more encouraged, you know, we risk our life, we get worried at times, we don't get sleeps. My matron is there. They know how difficult it is to, you know, mobilize the staff, to, you know, inspire them to work. They get panicked at times. But then, once you inspire us, we want to do the double we do. Yes. And in future, I'm sure, since you are into this medical facility, Darjeeling lacks a lot of medical facility. I'm sure we can talk with you and discuss with you what should be the next way forward, what should be the road next. And if Matron can also tell something which I missed.
Good afternoon, everyone. So thank you so much to Amit Agarwala Foundation and Mr. Ajit Agarwal, Mr. Subhankar Mittal and all the members of the Amit Agarwala Foundation for giving us oxygen concentrator, which is need of the time, which is very helpful to save many patients in our hospital. And we would like to say, we again wanted to say thank you for your kind thoughts on hills by giving us oxygen concentrator. And we assure you that whatever oxygen concentrator you are giving to us is totally free of cost to all our patients of the hills, Darjeeling people. So still, thank you so much for motivating us, and we will continue to do good work in future as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you for guiding us.
Very welcome help for the hill people, and on behalf of the entire hill people and all the beneficiaries today, I would like to thank Mr. Agrawal for his gesture, and hope in the coming days he would take more initiative. That's what I've been told by him, that he would be taking a lot of initiative from you, and we look forward to that and would like to help you all taking care of it. Thank you very much.
Dr. Ajit Agrawal and the Amit Agrawal Foundation. So our foundation basically is started this project called O2 Darjeeling. So O2 means like we owe something back to Darjeeling, which also stands for oxygen. And I think what you have done is like you have given back a lot to Darjeeling, and I think that counts. Like, you know, at this time of crisis and pandemic, we have to give back to our community. We are what we are because of Darjeeling, and time has come that we must serve the people, and that's what the VikRun Foundation has been doing. We have been providing free oxygen cylinders. We have been providing free ambulance services to COVID patients who can, if they need, we take them down to Siliguri, even to carry dead bodies, or later on for funerals. We have been paying for even for the funerals. And from just a few days back, we have been also been providing free COVID home test kits approved by the ICMR. So with that, this is one of our first concentrators, one we got 2 days back. So we were working with only oxygen cylinders, so the concentrators are a big use. Because now what we are realizing is there are a lot of post-COVID patients who need oxygen on a regular basis, So these concentrators can give oxygen on a long-term basis. So thank you so much for providing this, and I think what Dr. Das is doing, what Rotary is doing, and what Kiran Dasu and his group is doing, I think we need to now focus on the post-COVID time, which also takes a lot of time to heal, and people need a lot of oxygen even after they have survived the deadly virus. So thank you so much, and Darjeeling recognizes your work and your contribution to the hills. Thank you so much.
We are very much grateful the things that we are getting from Dr. Ajit Agrawal to the Amit Foundation, Amit Agrawal Foundation. And it's a boon. A couple of weeks ago, our Salam sir, he told us that these things are going to come to Darjeeling, and they are going to give us for the distribution to the needy people. And this is the need of the hour also, and we are very, very much grateful with the foundation, and I hope we'll be getting more benefits and more such things, because after the post-COVID, as he has already told, that we'll be needing more medical facilities and medical help from the foundations as like that of the Amit Agrawal. Thank you.
Thank you. Today's the entire program was a program for establishing a bond with the residents of Darjeeling. We are basically in the plains, and we have done a lot of charitable work in North Bengal and stretched up to Calcutta also. We were worried about this pandemic, and we were visualizing the miseries and problems that the people of Darjeeling who were affected by this pandemic were facing because of logistical problems, because of the facilities not being available at your doorstep. And this was immediately put into action, and when the second wave brought in the shortage of oxygen into limelight, it dawned upon the president of the trustee that Darjeeling, being located unfavorably from the hills, would be facing difficulties in oxygen supply. So the first step which was envisaged and thought about by Amit Agrawal Foundation was that how could we supplement the oxygen supply in the hills. So then came the idea of oxygen concentrators. Now we know the advantage of oxygen concentrators vis-a-vis the oxygen cylinders. This can generate oxygen on its own. It is transferable. It does not lead to any contamination, and hence it is more safer than the cylinders.
So this kind of program is first time in the hills. So because your trust has been established in 2007, no such program has been implemented in hills. So what's the reason, sir? Like we are concentrating on hills?
Actually, Amit Agrawal Foundation. I'll give you a background of it. Before we started this in the hills today, from 1st of June, we established a 30-bed COVID-safe home hospital at Siliguri, opposite North Bengal Medical College, because we found that there were no beds available there for the COVID-affected patients. So, as of today, as I said during the course of the the course of the get-together, that the 30-bed safe home is absolutely full. It is fully equipped with oxygen cylinders. It has doctors on rolls who are supervising the health of the patients. All medicines are being provided. free lodging, fooding is being provided. The entire treatment is free. So this is not the first time that we have taken up a cause to contribute towards containing this pandemic. Yeah, please.
So any future projects in Darjeeling, sir?
Yes, if you would have read in the newspapers that our President Trustee Dr. Ajit Agarwal has proposed to donate a CT scan machine to the Darjeeling Sadar Hospital. And this, I think, is under review by the concerned authorities. So Amit Agarwal Foundation is committed to providing a CT scan machine, which is the need of the hour in the hills.